to another edition of the Journal. This episode is going to be about the hike I took back in June to the Monserate Mountain Preserve. It's a short hike. It's only about 4.5-5 miles round trip. It's got a nice elevation gain. It's similar to the incline from the base of the World Trade Center to the top prior to 9/11. So I'm going to do a little bit of a memorial on the hike that I did up there in June. And the reason I'm doing this video this way to begin this one is it's been so hot. It's been over 100 degrees for forever. And we've had some really strange weather here. We had actually a tropical storm, a hurricane, that actually turned into a tropical storm once it hit California. And it's created a lot of havoc. A lot of the Mojave Preserve roads and Death Valley roads are closed. It's just torn up everywhere along the eastern Sierras up toward Mount Whitney and Lone Pine all the way up through Mammoth. So a lot of people like me that had permits for Whitney are now not doing Whitney, and none of it is because of the conditions right now. There's just a whole bunch of stuff that just popped up. Family always takes precedence over hiking and outdoor activities. Katie, I don't know if you remember Katie, she's been in a bunch of my older episodes. She's done a lot of hikes with me. She got a really nice job offer, and of all places, it's in Florida. And she starts next month. So guess what? This month, we have to pack up all of her things, and I'm going to be driving all the way across country with her, which ought to be an adventure all by itself. So, and then on top of that, we're also remodeling her kitchen. And my wife's been waiting 30 years almost for the kitchen remodel. And the day has come. In fact, it starts tomorrow. And so we've got the whole kitchen torn up, and we've got some boxes scattered everywhere. And Otto's coming in here to say hi. And but anyway, so I got stuff scattered everywhere. Normally the room isn't this out of sorts, but I've got my little cubby hole over here in the corner, and I'm working. I'm working on my next video, which is not the Monserate Mountain hike, but I wasn't going to tell you this, but I think I mentioned it on a prior episode that I've been working as a Forest Service volunteer at the Tockwoods Peak Fire Tower up in Idlewild. And I've been making the hike from Humber Park or from the South Ridge about 4.5-5 miles up to Tockwoods Peak, staying all day for 9 hours and then hiking back down. And I've been a fire lookout, so I'm going to put together a series, maybe one long video, I'm not really sure, of what it's like to be a wilderness fire lookout volunteer. So I'm really excited about that. I've been doing a lot of that. Even though I haven't been doing a lot of hiking per se, I have been hiking. I've been hiking once every week or two, 10-12 miles round trip up the Tockwoods Fire Tower. So, I don't shoot video every time I go up there, and I don't shoot video sometimes while I'm there, but I have captured some pretty good things on the camera and on my phone over the last several months, and I hope to put that all together in a video I'm going to call My Summer in the San Jacintos. So I'm excited about that. But in the meantime, let's take a hike up to the Monserate Mountain Preserve near Fallbrook, California. That'll be coming up next in this edition of the Hiking Journal. Stay tuned. Well, good morning and welcome back to another edition of the Journal. Today, I'm going to be doing a short hike. It's more of a training hike slash run than it is an adventurous hike. It's only about 4.1 miles, and the great thing is it's only 15 minutes from the house. It's a place called Monserate Mountain. It's in the Monserate Mountain Preserve. It's technically Fallbrook, I guess, just barely inside the San Diego County line. And why I'm going there is for a training hike. I'm going to be doing quite a bit of these. I'm hoping to get up to since it's so close, I'm hoping to get up to Monserate once a week. And as we get closer to our Mount Whitney hike and our climb coming up in third week of September, I'm hoping to do a Monserate twice a week. And the reason for that is even though it's only 4 miles the entire loop, it's about 1.5 miles, I think, to the top of Monserate Mountain from the trailhead, and then you kind of loop around the long way on the way back around. But what makes it great, what is this guy doing? I don't know what this guy's doing here. He's like weaving in and out and stopping in the middle of the road. I don't think he knows where he's going. Now he's turning. Anyway, the reason I'm going to be doing this hike so much is because of the incline. It's like I said, it's only about 1.5 miles, maybe, to the top from the bottom, but it's got about a 1,300 foot elevation gain in 1.5 miles. So it's basically straight up the mountain. The reason that it's kind of famous is the elevation gain from the start, which is right at the trailhead where you park, to the top of Monserate Mountain is almost the exact same height as the World Trade Center in New York. And every year, every couple of years, what they do is the firefighters, they don all their turnout gear. They go around the roundy around here. I don't know why people have so much trouble going around roundy rounds, especially here. It's not that difficult. Anyway, it's about the same elevation gain as the World Trade Tower, or World Trade Center. So firemen don their turnout gear, and in honor of the firefighters that were killed in 9/11, they recreate the climb from the ground floor to the top of the World Trade Center in their turnout gear with all their heavy stuff, their heavy boots, everything. Their Scott Air packs, their helmets, everything. All the way up the trail, every so many feet, and in this case floors, they'll tell you where you are. They'll say you're now on the 32nd floor, or you're on the 67th floor, or the 85th floor, equivalent to the World Trade Center. So it's an emotional hike for a lot of people. A lot of firemen come up here, do it for training. A lot of people use this as a daily run. They'll come up here and they'll run from the bottom to the top and back, and it's about a 5K. And talk about building some leg strength. That's where you're going to do. Where you're going to do it. You're going to do it on this trail. There's a lot of people on this trail. A lot of people take their dogs. It's really popular, so it's not a place you're going to go and get away from everything. But it is interesting. They do have some wildflowers. Probably not now because it's a little later in the season now. It's almost getting pretty close to the first day of summer. And there's snakes up there. There's rattlesnakes and gopher snakes and God knows what other kind of snakes are up there. I've never actually seen any. I've been up here like 4 times. I've never actually seen any, but I've seen photos from other people. The one time I did go up there were actually a swarm of bees right off the trail, so that was interesting. But anyway, so other than just being a training run this morning, a nice cool day, I don't even know if the sun is going to come out. It looks like it's trying to break through to the south, so maybe we'll get lucky and we'll get some sun today too. But anyway, that's going to be my short little hike up the top of Monserate Mountain, a training hike up here in, I guess it'd be considered Fallbrook. Well, anyway, stick around. I'll catch you in a few minutes at the trailhead. And we're going to be making a left here on Stewart Canyon Road. And we're going to be going directly underneath Interstate 15 as we're heading directly toward Monserate Mountain, which is right there in front of us. Sometimes parking can be kind of tricky here, and you also have to worry a little bit about people breaking into your cars. Because it's right off the freeway. It looks like there's a ton of people here today. Look at the trailhead. We'll get lucky and find a spot. If not, I'll have to turn around and park over here on the road. And what do you know? We found a spot to park a little ways from the trailhead. Not too bad. Right in front of the witch's hair. That's what that's called. It's like an invasive plant that takes over. Interstate 15 is right there. You can see big rigs going down the freeway. You know, as I'm working my way up the trail here on the Monserate Mountain Preserve, it's steep, but you have to deal with the freeway noise. Interstate 15 is right behind me, and I already see 2 people have already come down the trail. I see 2 more. One's kind of running down the trail. So I'd be busy today. Looks like it's going to be pretty though. Well, you can see the grade. Pretty steep. Just in this short distance, I've already climbed quite a bit. A couple of girls, the dogs passed, and headed directly into the sun, which I was kind of surprised to see. Whew, I'm already out of breath. And I forgot how rocky this trail was. I like this in sandals, so it's doable. Just gotta be careful. Remember I told you this was equivalent to hiking from the ground floor of the World Trade Center up to the top. And there's a 9/11 tribute there. It looks like I'm already on the 20th floor. So I'm working my way up. Well, like I said, this trail is not only steep, it's rocky. But it does have some pretty good views out over Interstate 15. And you can see where I came from. In fact, the Jeep is down there to the left of that fenced off area. So I'm working my way up. Already passed 3 more people. Well, they passed me going down. I didn't pass them going up, but can't believe the sun is out. I really didn't think it'd come out, at least until after 12. But you can see the terrain I've got to cover. Maybe I'll get lucky and see a snake today. And the last time I was up here, I think they were just starting construction on all those homes. Plop them up everywhere. Whew, didn't catch my breath. Here's another sign. Looks like some lovely person took the floor location. We got to be getting up toward 80, I would imagine. And you can see the elevation I've gained. I started at the freeway. And that's the trail I came up. All right, we have reached the junction. There's a memorial bench for Heather Janikowski. Now the road behind you is the road we're going to be coming up when we do the loop around the water tower. But right now we're going to be heading this direction, which goes up to the top of Monserate Mountain, which is above me up here. So I can't believe how hot it is right here. A lot hotter than I thought it would be. And I've got my vest on today. You just got some water in this little 600 milliliters. It's about 16 ounces of water. And then I've got some Nun electrolyte replacement mix in here. I keep it in the bottle so it's handy. Anyway, but I'm going to be heading up this direction. Yeah, Monserate is up this direction over here. We're going to be going up and around. We're going to go behind this mountain. There's a trail over there, and then we're going to be shooting to the top. This is where the steep, really steep part begins. All right, well, looks like we're getting a little bit of color, so we're gaining altitude. The freeway is way down below us. As we're working our way up. You know, as I'm working my way up the trail, it's pretty steep. And there's a lot of people up here in the trail, and I get that. It's one of the more populated areas. It's right off the freeway. It's easy, not as far as incline or distance, but as far as accessibility. And I've probably passed 20 people today. Probably 13 or 14 were females, and about 7 or 8 were single, solo female hikers. And while I applaud single women up here hiking to get their workout in, the last 3 in a row haven't said anything to me when I've passed them. I always make a point to greet hikers, male or female, young or old. I always make a point to say, hey, good morning, how's the hike going? You know, you're doing good. Morning. Hello. Oh, there is a hiker. I'm talking to hikers, and there's a hiker. I was just complaining too. But anyway, what I was talking about was when hikers come up this trail, and it's not just this trail, it's all trails, they're wearing their earbuds and they got their music blasted, and I get it, you know, they're trying to get into the zone, to keep motivated, to keep their steps up, or to keep their momentum going up the hill, and I get it. But it's so dangerous to have both your earbuds in and loud music. You know, you're hiking right next to me, like right now, I'm right next to the brush. And if there's a rattlesnake in there, a red diamond, or a western diamondback, or a southern Pacific, you don't know. They're here. I see videos all the time of rattlesnakes on this trail. And if you got your earbuds on and you're blasting down the trail and you happen to get real close to the edge of one of these bushes that are sticking out of the trail and you don't hear that that rattle, the telltale rattle, and next thing you know, you're bit by a rattlesnake on this trail. So same thing goes to mountain lions and bobcats. You don't know. And the only thing you got going for you, what nature gave us as a way to survive, is our eyes and our ears and our sense of smell. But primarily on the trail, you got to have your ears open and you got to be listening. You know, you can engage in conversation with your friends, you know, but make sure you can hear the nature around you, because blindly blasting down the trail, you're just asking for it, you know. And people, especially the women, they worry about stalkers and people grabbing them and dragging them into the bushes and raping them. And that happens on trails. We've seen it before. You're not going to hear them. If some guy like me, I was talking, this female hiker walked right up behind me. I didn't even see her. So you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention to your surroundings, especially when you're by yourself. You don't have a backup person. You don't have a wingman to kind of keep you safe. So when you go on a hike like this, especially if you're a single female hiker, let people know when you arrived at the trailhead. Let them know when you reach the top. Let them know when you're back at your car safely and you're driving home. Let them know the route you're going, and for God's sakes, keep your fucking earbuds out of your ears. I'm telling you, that is the worst thing I've seen on the trail. Well, anyway, I had to get it off my chest, and I got to continue up the trail to the top of Monserate Mountain before it heats up, and I'm already sweating. I made it up the top of Monserate Mountain. Got a nice new flag. It looks like Old Glory up here on the top of Monserate Mountain in honor of the firefighters who were killed in 9/11. So got a couple of register boxes. They got a nice sign up here. Just met a very nice lady, Kristen Robert, and her dog Luna, that came up here. And I don't know if you noticed, if you saw it on the picture, she's wearing a 40-pound weight vest as part of her training. So that's pretty awesome. So her and her mom are going to be doing a Sierra backpack trip this year. So that's going to be cool for them. Anyway, I had to stop a couple times to catch my breath because I was pretty tired. But it feels good up here. It's warm, but there's a cool breeze up here. So I'm going to take advantage of this, of the sun up here. We haven't seen it so long, and I'm getting some mosquitoes up here. I did put some bug repellent on my legs, but nothing on my arms. So I'm going to be continuing back down from the summit of Monserate. I'm going to be going due south along the ridge line and work my way over to the water tower and down into a valley, and then back up to that same junction, and then work my way back down to the car. So I'll take a few minutes here to get caught up on my hydration, maybe have a little snack, and then continue southbound on the trail on the Monserate Mountain Loop here in Fallbrook. When I got down to the top junction there, coming down from Monserate, I turned left. I'm heading south here along this ridge route that heads down toward the water tower. And I just wanted to show you what a tremendous view I have down here along the valley. Out that way on the marine layer, the haze layer, is Pacific Ocean. And then over this way, over here, you see, where is it? Over here in the corner, just to the left of the peaks there, you see, you might be able to see it if I zoom in a little bit. That's Red Mountain. That's there's a fire station over there and a lot of ham radio repeaters as well. But got a phenomenal view, and there's a large concrete section over there. I don't know if that's a reservoir or what that is. I never noticed that before. But what's interesting is this housing development, because the first few times I came up here, that wasn't even there. That was just all fields and meadows. And there was actually a horse ranch down there at the bottom, and there was a trail that led to an old home and an old set of corrals, and it's gone. Now they're full of commuters busting their way down the 15 freeway to San Diego. But I'm going to be heading, continuing south. Monserate Mountain is actually, it's behind me right over there. And we're going to be heading this direction along the ridge line. It'll give us a view over, I believe it's Rice Canyon. Anyway, let's keep going. Well, I just missed it. There were two striped racers, and they went right here into this bush. You know, as I'm working my way down along the trail, I'm a little bummed I wasn't ready, and I just stumbled right onto a striped racer, and there were two of them. There was a bigger one, a black one with a big stripe on it, and then a smaller one that was a little more gray, could be a juvenile. It was right next to it, and then they both boogied across the trail before I got the camera on, and before I got a chance to video him, and I scattered around in the bushes to look for him, and he was gone. Both of them were gone. So the good thing is that now that the sun's out and it's blazing down on the trail now, the likelihood of running into something else is a little better now. June gloom is lifted for the day, and I gotta make it down this little steep section of trail. The mosquitoes are coming out, I noticed. Those little ones, little pesky ones. It's like the same ones that got me up on Mount Whitney and Frank's Peak. Kind of wish I would have put some sunscreen and some bug spray on my arms. Hopefully it won't be too bad. And in fact, here's my first yucca in bloom. I've seen several yuccas, but none of them were in bloom. Let's go check this out. Looks like it's been blooming for a while, but still pretty good to see those along the trail. And we can also see off the other side now. I'll wander over here just to give you an idea of what it looks like down below in Rice Canyon down there. There's some custom homes and lots down there. And this part of the trail has always been fascinating to me. It's very, very steep, but it's got a great view. There's the water tower we're going to be going around. And this kind of trail always makes you nervous because one little slip on this gravel, down you go. So you have to be careful. This is where trekking poles definitely come in handy. There's a lot more of this to go further down. Well, that's up there, up that steep section where those guys are hiking right now. That's toward the top of Monserate. Or what I wanted to show you is the water tower. That's my far southern end of this hike. I'm going to be going to the left on the east side, and I'm going to work my way down and around it, back down to a paved section of road, and then hike back up to that junction. But it's nice. There's a little breeze up here. There's some swallows darting in and out above the trail, and just saw a long banded alligator lizard just ran out from under this rock when I came up here and scurried off into the brush. Kind of hoping I'll get another shot at a snake. This part of the trail is always the fun part. Somebody has taken the time to put these wooden beams all the way down. It's probably too steep to walk up without them. And that's why I go this route, so I'm going down it, not having to come up it. Well, this is a nice little sub-peak, just a short scramble up to the top. View of the water tower. Great view. And there's even some wildflowers as we're looking up toward Monserate. Well, this is the very far southern end of the trail up here on Monserate Mountain. The water tower is behind me, but you can see looking south, it's starting to dry out a little bit, and it looks like they're even expanding those homes even more. Now this part of the trail isn't so much fun. It's paved, but you can see down there a little ways there's a side chute. That's a side trail where I can take that it's a little more interesting, so I'm going to be going up that way. There's the water tower right there. Well, you can see what we're doing now. We're kind of avoiding the paved section, and we're going to be going along this little side connector trail, which allows us to stay a little more on a trail than hiking down the pavement. I've never really enjoyed that, but there are some steep sections. We do have some pretty good views still. I'll enjoy that. And the butterfly just flew right by me. Hoping to see at least one more snake in our travels today. I'm working my way down here toward the paved section trail. little steep rocky section right here. But this area of Fallbrook gets really hot. I'm talking really hot here. I'm talking 107, 110, maybe even warmer than that. And the fact that it's about 72 right now, I'm gonna guess, makes this actually a really nice day to be out on the trail. I mean, I'm sweating just because I'm moving and going uphill and downhill, but I don't think I could have asked for better weather. It's nice and clear, nice cool breeze off the ocean blowing over. And there have been some mosquitoes and some biting flies, but nothing too bad. In fact, now I'm back on the paved road. And in fact, right here in front of me is my turn to the right, which takes me back down to the valley and then uphill to the valley to that junction. Well, I'm definitely earning my money now. This is steep and it's hot and exposed. You can see how steep it is down here, and it works its way all the way up toward the top. Back there is that white gate, and then to the left of that is the grade that I went up to the big water tank up there. So I've got another couple hundred feet of climbing to go to get back up to that junction, and then it'll be all dirt trail back down to the car. Well, right now I'm back on the main trail, working my way back toward the Jeep. Just passed a marker for the 40th floor, equivalent to World Trade Center. And this section of trail isn't quite as steep as some of the other sections, but it's got its moments. I can spin around here real quick and you can see how much farther down I have to go. Getting there. Well, I have finally reached the bottom of the trail here at the Monserate Mountain Preserve. I'm right here on the highway, right across the road from the Jeep. It was a good hike. Kind of a interesting hike in the fact that I only saw 2 snakes today. I really thought I would have seen more. I only saw 2 striped racers. That was it. But met some nice people along the way, and put in some good cardio as well as some good leg strengthening. Climbing up to the top of Monserate up there, and it all goes in the leg strengthening piggy bank as I'm slowly but surely preparing for my hike up Mount Whitney this year. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Short one, but hopefully it was interesting enough for you. I'm going to be up here probably once a week for the next 3 months, so I won't video all of them, but I thought I'd get this one in today. This is the first time I've been here in a while. So anyway, I'm back at the Jeep. I am hot, and I don't have anything to drink other than this warm water. So good thing is I'm 15 minutes from the house and 10 minutes from an AM PM. How's that, huh? It'll give me a nice cold beverage. Anyway, take care. I'll see you down the trail. Bye-bye. All right, well, we've left the Monserate Mountain Preserve, and we're going to head back under the 15 freeway and head back home to Temecula. I'm going to make a stop on the way home and get me something ice cold to drink. And I got the windows rolled down and going to let some of this sweat evaporate. It's thought it was 72. It says it's 64. It sure doesn't feel like 64, I tell you that. Anyway, it was a good hike. I'm gonna have to do this more often. Out here at the Monserate Mountain Preserve in Fallbrook, huh? Anyway, I'll catch you in the next edition of the Journal. Take care, bye-bye. Well, that'll do it for this edition of the Hiking Journal, my trip to Monserate Mountain in Fallbrook, California. If you have any questions or comments about this or any other edition of the Journal, feel free to leave a comment in the comments section below. And don't forget to click the subscribe button and tap that notification bell so you get the latest updates to the channel as I post them. As of right now, we're in the middle of this kitchen remodel and the move to Florida, so I don't really have anything planned, but I do have something kind of on the back burner on the Tahquitz Peak Fire Tower, so that'll be coming up down the road. So in the meantime, I'm going to try to see if I can squeak out one more hike sometime between now and the end of September. We'll see what happens. But in the meantime, you guys stay safe out there and enjoy the trail for the end of the summer. And I'm looking forward to a nice, cool fall season this year. Anyway, I'll see you down the trail. Take care. Bye-bye.